Schedule regular board meeting, June the 12th, 2007, at 5:30 p.m. here at the Administrative Building, 1900 East Price Road, Brownsville, Texas, 78521. Can we please stand up for a moment of silence? Thank you. Mrs. Gavon, can you lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one and indivisible.
Roll call. Let the record reflect Mr. Cortez is present, Mr. Aguilar, Mrs. Galvan, Mr. Powers, and here comes the board president, Dr. Escobedo. We'll proceed on to item 5. Recommend approving the agenda of the rescheduled regular board meeting of June 12, 2007 with any corrections. Mr. Gonzalez.
Thank you, Mr. Powers. Members of the board, we have a few changes under general function, item number 12. Page 35 of the chess handbook will be replaced with page 35A, and I believe that's been handed to you. Also on closed meeting personnel matters, item number 39, page 244 will be replaced with page 244A, 244B, and 244C, and will be added to the agenda as backup. Those are all the changes.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. Thank you, Mr. Powers. Mr. Lehman's running about 30 minutes late. He called just as I was coming in.
We're ready to approve the agenda.
Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
Move.
Motion by Mr. Powers, seconded by Mr. Cortez. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passed unanimously. Moving on to item 6. Recommend approving the minutes of the regular board meeting of May 1st, 2007 with any corrections. Any corrections on the minutes? If not, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Galvan, seconded by Mr. Powers. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passed unanimously. Moving on to item 7, Superintendent's Report. A, Conference Presentation 1. 2007 Superintendent Scholarship Award Presentation. Mr. Gonzalez.
Thank you, Dr. Escobedo. If I may, I'm going to step down to the podium and do this presentation from the podium.
It's hard to find parking.
Dr. Escobedo, members of the board, tonight it is my pleasure to introduce the recipients of the 2007 BISD Superintendent Scholarship. Scholarship funds in the amount of $60,000 were raised at the scholarship golf tournament held in April at Rancho Viejo Resort. The success of this year's tournament has enabled us to award 50 scholarships of $1,200 to deserving BISD high school graduates. Before I call our scholarship winners up, I want to thank our area businesses for their enthusiastic support of this year's golf tournament. Their generosity allowed us to award 10 more scholarships than last year. This is the most we've ever done, and we congratulate the businesses for contributing to this. I also want to thank our local community leaders and tournament participants for helping us select our scholarship recipients. Over 100 students applied, and 50 were selected. Helping these BISD graduates achieve their dreams is truly a team effort, and I commend everyone who participated in the process. At this time, if the parents of any of the winners are here, I'd like to ask them to stand because they certainly helped in this endeavor. Parents. Now I'd like to call on Ms. Janice to help me introduce the winners, and we're going to start with Hannah High School. Ms. Janice.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. We are very proud of our 50 scholarship recipients, and we have validated their college attendance. The winners not present tonight are either currently taking summer classes for acceleration or attending a mandatory orientation at their university. We will begin with Hannah High School. Adam Aguilar will be attending Trinity University. Victor Bradford will be attending Texas A&M University, College Station. Eduardo Cepeda will be attending Texas A&M University, College Station. Ramiro Roberto Garza will be attending the University of Texas at Brownsville. Courtney Glover will be attending Texas A&M University, College Station. Sheena Hernandez will be attending the University of Texas at Austin. Christian Martinez will be attending the University of Texas at Brownsville. Humberto Mendoza will be attending the University of Texas at Brownsville. Erica Rendon will be attending Southwestern University. Jose Antonio Serrano will be attending Baylor University. This concludes our scholarship winners from Hannah High School. Let's give them a round of applause.
Nice to see you. Hi. Congratulations.
A lot of success in college, guys.
I'm proud of you.
Proud of you guys. A lot of success in college. Y'all did a great job. Beautiful. Good job, guys. Have a good time in college. Good luck.
And now, Porter High School. Dalia Briones will be attending Texas State Technical College. Zaira Garate will be attending MIT. Tommy Lee Garza will be attending the University of Texas at Brownsville. Oscar Peña will be attending the University of Texas at Austin. José de Jesús Pesina will be attending Harvard University. Marina Rodriguez will be attending the University of Houston. Carlos Ruiz will be attending Sam Houston State University. Esteban Sanchez will be attending Texas A&M University, College Station. Saúl Villarreal will be attending Texas State University. Jennifer Yepes will be attending Sam Houston State University. This concludes our scholarship winners from Porter High School. Let's give them a round of applause.
Congratulations all the way.
A reminder that you have a check inside the envelopes for $1,200.
All right, I love it. God, congratulations.
And now Pace High School. Jose Ansaldúa will be attending the University of North Texas. Laura Armendares will be attending the University of Texas at Austin. Christian Benavides will be attending the University of Texas at Austin. Nathan Burkhart will be attending the University of Texas at Austin. Daniel Caballero will be attending the University of Texas at Brownsville. Stacy Flores will be attending the University of Houston. Bianca Gonzalez will be attending the University of Texas at Austin. Indalecio Gutierrez will be attending the University of Texas at Brownsville. Joshua Hassel will be attending Vassar College. And Heather Langlin will be attending Ball State University. This concludes our scholarship winners from Pace High School. Let's give them a round of applause. Next, Lopez High School. Israel Arajo Jr. will be attending Blinn College. Nelda Gonzalez will be attending the University of Texas at Brownsville. Denise Hernandez will be attending the University of Texas at Brownsville. Esteban Medrano will be attending the University of Texas at Brownsville. Ashley Sines will be attending Texas A&M Kingsville. Linda Santos will be attending Texas A&M Kingsville. Daniela Taman will be attending Texas A&M University, College Station. Jose Uvalles will be attending Rochester Institute of Technology. Ivan Valdez will be attending Baylor University. Michelle Zamora will be attending the University of Texas at Brownsville. This concludes our scholarship winners from Lopez High School. Let's give them a round of applause, please.
Going to my alma mater.
Our scholarship winners from Rivera High School are Eduardo Aramburo will be attending the University of Texas at Austin. Carmina Arredondo will be attending Texas A&M University College Station. Myra Cordova will be attending the University of Texas at Austin. Samantha Duque will be attending the University of North Texas. Denise Peña will be attending Sam Houston State University. Elizabeth Salinas will be attending MIT. Jose Sanchez will be attending the University of Texas at Brownsville. Amanda Splendor will be attending the University of Texas at Brownsville. Evelyn Vasquez will be attending Sam Houston State University. Conrado Vega Jr. will be attending Texas Tech University. This concludes our scholarship winners from Rivera High School. Let's give them a round of applause, please.
We're on the first conference presentation.
Dr. Escobedo, members of the board, if you don't mind, would you mind stepping outside so we can take a good group picture with the students? I'd like for you to join us, please. That was Ms. Hawkins.
It was. How's she doing? Good?
Yeah. I didn't know if your secretary, her office, someone in her office, Mary Jo's secretary.
Well, it was not easy taking a picture with so many people, though, but I think we finally, they took several shots in case some didn't come out just right. There were a lot of parents out there with cameras, too. Congratulations to all of our scholarship recipients. We hope to see more in the years to come. Moving on to item 2. Recognition of winners from UI Elementary Academic District Meet. Mr. Gonzalez.
Thank you, Dr. Escobedo. I call on Ms. Berta Peña to introduce the presentation. Ms. Peña.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. Dr. Escobedo, members of the board, we recently had a UIL Elementary Academic District meet, and the divisions were made through the sizes or the number of students enrolled by each one of the schools. So all of the students that are here tonight are first place winners of their campuses. They help their campuses be the top winners of this UIL meet. Making the presentation tonight is Mr. Stephen Schultz.
Thank you, Mrs. Peña. Good evening, Board President Dr. Escobedo, Superintendent Mr. Gonzalez, members of the board, and ladies and gentlemen in the audience. The UIL Elementary District meets were held at 6 different campuses on April 28, 2007. All 33 of the district's elementary schools participated on that day with over 1,000 students competing. The following are the UIL District Champion schools from each division. From Division 1, Victoria Heights Elementary School, we have Alicia Elizardo, Bernard Khan, Nadia Khan, Aide Munoz, and Catherine Rodriguez. The coordinator is Beatriz Hernandez. We have a coach with them, Betsy Iglesias, and their principal, Ms. Blanca Lombardi, and this is the 3rd year in a row that they have placed first. Congratulations. Thank you, Victoria Heights. From Division 2, we have Sharp Elementary School. UIL team members are Haley Morales, Andrea Martinez, Stephanie Chapa, Sofia Aguirre, Brian Diaz, Michael De Anda, Eladio Escobar Jr., Jacqueline Morales, Yesenia Escobar, Yvette Villarreal, Julissa Gonzalez, Jocelyn Iracheta, and Fabian Limas. The UIL coordinator is Pamela Ramirez, and the principal is Mr. Mario Rodriguez. And this is also the 3rd year in a row that they've won first place. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Mario, congratulations.
Congratulations, Sharp Elementary. From Division 3, Morningside Elementary School, UIL members are Maria Fernanda Ducoin, Elida Torres, Mario Benavides, Valeria Garcia, Sebastian Garcia. The UIL coordinator is Ms. Lourdes Medrano, and the principal is Ms. Dolores Emerson. Congratulations. This is their second year in a row. Congratulations, Morningside Elementary. From Division 4, we have Cromack Elementary School. UIL members include Aaron Barrera, Krista Quiroz, Emily Aguirre, and Brittany Garcia. The UIL coordinator is Lynn Silva. We have coaches Mary Robles and Felipe Barrera, and the principal is Ms. Carmelita Rodriguez. Congratulations. Congratulations, Cromack Elementary School. From Division 5, Hudson Elementary School, team members include Bianca Hernandez, Erica Reese, Kenya Sue, Cristiana Rios, Ted Lebont, Carol Venturi, Melissa Lara, and Victoria Castañon Cavazos. The UL coordinator is Gabriela Gonzalez. The principal is Dr. Rita Hernandez, and this is their 8th year in a row. Congratulations. Congratulations, Hudson Elementary. And from Division 6, Egley Elementary School. Now, we've all heard of the power of one. We have Justin Martinez representing his UIL team. Coordinator is Ms. Maribel Martinez. Their facilitator is Ms. Loretta Dickinson, and the principal is Ms. Christina Bridgewater. Congratulations.
All right, the par one, congratulations.
Congratulations, Egley Elementary. In addition, I'd like to thank the 6 schools that hosted these meets: Del Castillo Elementary, Southmost Elementary, Martin Elementary, Cromack Elementary, Russell Elementary, and Gonzalez Elementary. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Schultz, and congratulations to our UIL Elementary Academic District Meet winners. Moving down to item 3, recognition of students participating in Destination Imagination Regional, State, and Global Competition. Mr. Gonzalez.
Thank you, Dr. Escobedo, members of the board. To assist in this presentation, I call on Ms. Berta Peña. Ms. Peña.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. Dr. Escobedo, members of the board, we're very proud of the DI teams this year. They not only beat everyone out and put Brownsville on the map at the regional, but at the state and also at the global competition. Making the presentation tonight is Mrs. Mary Flores.
Thank you, Ms. Peña. Good evening. Board President, Dr. Escobedo, Superintendent, Mr. Hector Gonzalez, and other members of the board, and all the ladies and gentlemen in the audience. Tonight we are here because we're going to recognize the Destination Imagination regional champions that represented BISD at the state and global tournament. This year we had 27 teams from Brownsville participate in the South Border Bridge regional tournament. 4 of our teams became regional champions, and they are here with us tonight. 3 teams are from Garcia Middle School, and I'd like to start out with the first team. This team participated in a challenge called Roundabout Courage. It is a challenge in which the team presented a theatrical performance of a team-created story of a heroic adventure. The members of this team are Jarrett Eves, Noah Solis, Ingrid Vasquez. Not with us tonight is Ariel Padilla and Zach Barba. The team manager is May Solis and Stephanie Martinez. Okay. Thank you. The next group of students, also from Garcia Middle School, this team participated in a challenge where they had to create an original 6-minute improvisational skit. The members of this team are Vianney Gonzalez, Larissa Almanza, Eduardo Bañales is not here, Victoria Conley, Arisa Alonso, and their team manager is Conrad Ochoa and Amanda Salazar. The third team, also from Garcia Middle School, participated in a team challenge where they had to solve a crime with physical evidence, and they had to do this within 8 minutes. Let me introduce to you that team. Carmen Montanero, Samantha Maldonado, George C. Fuentes, Stephanie Lorber, Sarah Cantu, and not here tonight is Cassandra Garcia. The team manager, Ms. Stephanie Martinez. And our school principal, where's Mr. Cantu? Right back here. Thank you. The next team that is going to be recognized has proven to be the shining star in Texas. This team made history, not only for BISD, but for the entire region, as they became the first team to place first place at a state tournament. These students not only made history by being the first place champions, but they also were awarded a very special award from SeaWorld in San Antonio. They received this SeaWorld Environmental Award because their team showed exceptional creative use of recyclable materials in their presentation. This was the very first time that this award was presented at the state level. So once again, this team made history. This team continued to make Texas and BISD proud as they traveled to Knoxville, Tennessee, where they competed in our DI Globals. These students participated along with 7,000 teams from all over the United States and the world. This team competed against 57 other teams from the United States, from Canada, Mexico, the United Kingdom, Denmark, Colombia, Brazil, Turkey, South Korea, Poland, China, and Singapore. And these students placed first at Globals and 11th overall. At this time, I would like to introduce to you this great team that accomplished this wonderful task. We have Erica Rendon, Aaron Aguilar, Lisa Garcia, Ben Morales, Amanda Padilla, and Michael Hernandez, who could not be with us tonight. Our team manager is Dr. Rebecca Rendon. Thank you very much. All the way to Global. Aaron, lots of memories. Really proud of you. And where did it go, man? Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Flores, and congratulations to all of our winners from Destination Imagination. You continue making us very, very proud. Moving on to item 4, presentation of Brotherhood of Faith Club. Mr. Gonzalez.
Thank you, Dr. Escobedo. Mr. Powers has met with these people, and he has asked me to help bring them forth, and I'll let Mr. Powers go ahead and do an introduction. Mr. Powers.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. I want to bring the Brotherhood of Faith to the podium here to announce your organizations and what you all have done for BISD in form of scholarships. But first, before you all get started, Mr. Garza, I want to thank you all for inviting me to Shoney's to give out the $1,000 scholarship to the Faith alumni. So the floor is yours.
Good evening, President Dr. Escobedo, BISD, board members, Superintendent Mr. Gonzalez, ladies and gentlemen from the audience. And also thank you, Mr. Powers, for the great generosity and invitation you invited us to be here today. We are the Brotherhood of Faith. We consist of a group of about 14 men who are retired, mostly retired, and so on. The majority of the members that you can see there are from different branches of the armed forces. And I'd like to introduce to the members of our group. The vice president of our organization is Luis Martinez. Noria Ruiz is our secretary. Lupe Gonzalez is our sergeant of arms, and Mr. George Terrazas is is a secretary, a treasurer. And the rest of the group members, Vicente Guerrero, Raúl Martinez, Noé Ruiz, I introduced is Nacho Perez, and Jose Enrique Salazar. We are members of the Brotherhood of Faith, like I said, and we're the product of BISD. Way back in 2003, Mr. Raúl Torres and Enrique Salazar established the Brotherhood of Faith. At the first, we were just a social gathering that we got at Whataburger and just to talk and meet each other and so on. As time went on, we decided to give back to the community, especially the school system. Through fundraisers and donations, we have given 48 bicycles to fifth graders who improved academically through the year. And those students are the students that are struggling through the year but made it, what I call the Circle 70s way back in my time, and so on. So we know that the A students get awarded, but the underdogs never get awarded. So we decided as a group, say, we need to give back something to those kids. And these students are chosen by their peers, which are their teachers and their counselors and so on. Besides that, we have given 240 backpacks of school supplies to the elementary school year. For the last 3 years, we have awarded a $1,000 scholarship to graduating students who will attend UTB. First, we started at Hannah, then we went to Porter, and this past year we had Pace. Berta Lozano is the recipient of the $1,000 scholarship. She was chosen by the counselor, her teachers, and so on. And we have a committee that goes through the criteria and finding out who is the most eligible student that we can award the $1,000. There's a lot of students there. There's a lot of needs and so on. But every year it gets tougher and tougher. And this year we have a recipient, Berta Lozano. And the recipient for this year's award was, like I said, Ms. Lozano. And we didn't have a name at the beginning of the scholarship, but this year we had one of our past members passed away. It was Edelmiro Eri Hernandez, so we named him the scholarship under his name. And he also he was our Santa Claus. He visited nursing homes, elementary schools, the Disco Children's Hospital, and the daycare centers. This year, graciously, the Hernandez family, and Ms. Hernandez is sitting back, the audience right there, Ms. Hernandez and her family decided to match the $1,000 scholarship. So next year, we're going to have $2,000. That means 2 recipients. And next year, naturally, we're going down the line. It'll be Rivera, and then Lopez, and then we start again, and so on. At this time, I'd just like to thank Mr. Powers and the rest of the people, the board, for giving us the opportunity to be here today. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Gentlemen, if you don't mind, we'd like to at least shake your hand.
Mr. Jotan Garza.
Again, thank you to the Brotherhood of Faith Club, not only for your interest, but for your involvement. You truly make a difference, and I thank you on behalf of all of us. Moving on to item 5, notification of betterment fund changeovers, Mr. Gonzalez.
Thank you, Dr. Escobedo, members of the board. This is a notification of closing out the project at Ben Bright. If there's any questions, please.
Questions or comments from the board? No comments, so we move right along
Mm-hmm.
to item B, signing board agenda items, 6, board calendars, Mr. Gonzalez.
Thank you, Dr. Escobedo. There's just a few items that I want to review with you all, and these are all tentative to a certain extent on some of these dates, and I'll review them with you. But of course, tomorrow we'll be traveling, and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday is the Summer Leadership Institute for board members, and most of us will be attending, and I'll be attending there with you. On the 18th, very important date, BLA graduations, and they'll be at the Central Administrative Building, and it'll be at 7 p.m. Hope to see you all there. We'll try to remind you during the day to make sure that you can get out there. If approved tonight, necessary substance it's pending. If the agenda is approved tonight, we'll be canceling the 19th board meeting and moving it to the 26th, but we will have a budget committee meeting at 5:30 p.m. on the 19th, and that will be basically our last meeting before we have our final approval on the 26th of the budget. And we'll make any adjustments there. We'll go over, try to finalize as much as we can on the 19th. Insurance committee meeting on the 20th at 5:30 p.m. On the 21st, we have a policy committee meeting at 5:30. We might change that to 5 if it's okay. And it should be a short one. We just have a few items, and I think our counselor will be able to address any changes that might occur concerning the elections. That would be the major one, plus a few legal policies that have come into place. Is that right, Mr. Pena? Something to that effect? And then right after that, at about 6, by that time, we will be doing a facilities committee meeting. And that will be to bring everybody up to date on how the plans are going for the high school, the middle school, and the elementaries, the major projects. We'll try to have the architects here to give a brief presentation on how we're going and any items that we need to discuss, and we'll get together with Mr. Lehman and do that. And that's okay, Mr. Lehman, on that day?
Mr. Aguilar?
Thank you, Dr. Coyle. Perhaps when after you give the presentation on the construction, perhaps you can arrange a tour so we can go physically and see some of these construction that's going on in BISD.
Well, sure. Be glad to. No problem. Be glad to do that. Then the following week, we have hopefully the rescheduled board meeting on the 26th, which will include a hearing for the final review of the budget, and it'll be approved on that particular date. And I want to say that because I need for the general public to understand that that's when the date is to approve the budget. We also have TOX Grade 5 retest. We have on the 27th, we have the retest for grade 3 and 5 in reading. And the following week, we are canceling the board meeting at the 3rd, because that's right, 4th of July. A lot of people take vacations on that time. I don't really want to have anybody there. And just to let you all know also officially that that'll be the week I'll be taking my vacation. So I'll be out of touch, but I'll be available by phone. And then on the 10th, 11th, and 12th, we have retesting of exit level, writing, math, and science, and reading, and social studies during that week, the second week of July. For all those parents that might be listening, they had 11th graders, 12th graders, we will be retesting the exit level at that particular time. And the next board meeting is on the 17th of July at 5:30 p.m. here at the board.
Mr. Aguilar?
Thank you, Doctor. Mr. Gonzalez, perhaps you can give me the final report on those that did not graduate because of this tax, and also credits.
Mm-hmm.
I think I made that already too.
I think Ms. Peña
request
has
is, thank you, sir.
We'll get that to you tomorrow. Okay. I think Berta has all the final reports. Is that it? Okay.
The policy meeting, I spoke to the chairman. I believe it was going to be moved to the, you already spoke to him?
Mm-hmm. Okay. We have very few policies, Doc. Mr. Aguilar did come in. I know that maybe Mr. Alamba won't be in town, but Mr. Pineda and I will be in town. And for little policies that we have, it's just legal. You can't change the legal policies. Those are laws. And basically, the only thing that was really going to be And I think the board needs to know if there were any changes concerning the election. That was the main purpose of this policy, and we'll bring you up to date quickly on that.
Thank
Okay.
you, thank you. Any questions or comments from the board concerning Mr. Powers?
Thank you, President Escobedo. Mr. Gonzalez, please, on the insurance committee, invite the employees committee also. to be
Sure.
Present. Also, I think, Mr. Lame, on the facility, if we can, invite the bond oversight committee members.
Definitely. I've already informed them of that meeting, and we'll remind them.
Thank you.
Mr. Colunga?
Thank you. The insurance committee, Mr. Gonzalez, is that including information that the board can review for as we look at the business that lies ahead regarding the health insurance or also the consultant? Will those items be included on that agenda, or is that for a future agenda?
Mr. Gonzalez?
Thank you, Dr. Scott. What we will be doing at that particular time is bringing the board up to date on what we have, what we've received, how many proposals we have, information of some people that have withdrawn already from before we even really do the matrix, discussion on how I'm going to get a consultant. I really want a consultant to help us develop the matrix. So it'll be general in nature, very general. We will not be reviewing the matrix at that time, but I will be telling you or discussing the process that we will be taking to be able to do this. So at that particular time, we'll give you additional information. We have had some information from some of the proposals that have decided, for whatever reasons they have decided, some have closed or whatever, that they have withdrawn some of their proposals. So we'll be discussing that at that particular time.
Any other questions or comments? If not, we move on to item 8, public audience. The next item on our agenda is a public comment period. This is time for citizens, staff, or students to provide their comments to the board. Statements and questions from the audience will not be permitted during other portions of the meeting, so please let us hear from you now if you wish to have your comments heard. To have your comments heard tonight, your name, the subject matter of your comments must appear on the sign-in sheet, which is located in the rear of the meeting room. Each speaker will be limited to 5 minutes to complete his or her comments, and with all due courtesy, we will strictly enforce the time limit. If a group of people want to be heard on the same topic, the board asks that they designate a spokesperson to avoid needless repetition. The board has adopted rules to preclude the abuse of open forum by, for example, anyone uselessly repeating the same comment or complaint meeting after meeting. All participants must understand that if your comment, in my judgment, constitutes a complaint against an employee or an officer, I will interrupt you and stop you and direct you to proceed with the BISD formal grievance procedures, be that DGBA, FNG, or GF local. With those cautions in mind, we will now be glad to hear your general comments. Our first speaker is Leo Parras, pay level increase.
Good evening, board members, board president, board members, and superintendent. My name is Leonel Parras. I'm a food service manager at Paredes Elementary and a proud member of the Association of Brownsville Educators. My peers and I want to start by saying that about 3 years ago, the district decided to change us from a pay grade level 7 to a pay grade level 6. We have been losing money ever since because of this change. We understand that in a May meeting, the maintenance groundskeepers were brought up from a level 6 to a level 7 again. We are asking that you please consider the same change for us. The next item involves the salary increase for the 2007-2008 school year. We truly support the Association of Brownsville Educators and their salary proposition for classified personnel. We would greatly appreciate your consideration on said issues. Thank you. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you, Mr. Parras. The next speaker is George Borrego, and there's no subject to be discussed.
The first thing I'd like to address the public that is watching on TV as we speak, or every time that we televise this meeting. There is no public high school in the city of Brownsville under BISD that is not accredited. There was an intimation from a letter to the editor that there was some high schools that were not accredited. That is absolutely false. In fact, in the whole valley, There is no public high school that is not accredited. And Brownsville goes a level higher by using the Southern Association of Accredited High Schools and Colleges, which is the one that accredits the University of Texas. So I wanted to make that clear to the public. Everyone in here already knows that. I want to thank administration and especially the board members, because it looks like we are coming to consensus on pay raises. Looks like we're doing a good job. $2,400 for the teachers, we're almost there. 10% for classified, and we're so short of that that it's not funny. We're almost there also. And of course, 6% for campus administrators. So let's keep working together so we can get that done. Now, that almost being off the table because we've come to agreement, and I hope it is unanimous when we vote on it June the 26th, let's look at other issues. The dropout rate. I know our superintendent has been working diligently to address the dropout rate. But again, an article in the newspaper intimated that we're losing I don't know how many students from 9th grade to graduation. Those figures need to be addressed properly because we have students that start in the 9th grade that get stuck in the 10th grade, and some get stuck in the 11th grade. And unfortunately, some get stuck for a couple of years. So it ends up that those who graduate are not really, we don't really have that 30 or 40 or 50% loss of students that they say in the newspaper. Let's work on clarifying that. Interest-based problem solving. When you all hear grievances and you make a decision, you lose either way. If you support the employee, you're not supporting administration. If you support administration, then you're throwing the employee out. We need to work together to solve our problems at the campus level through interest-based problem solving, and we're willing to work on that. The next item is stipends. We look at stipends every 5 to 10 years and then make major changes. Perhaps we should look at them annually and increase a little bit. And I would like to say that department heads from the high school and the middle school need your help. They don't get much money for what they do. So we have trouble getting them to do the work, getting actual bodies to do the work of the department head. I propose that we increase their pay a little bit and give them an additional conference period so that they can have time to do a proper job and consequently lead the departments the way they should be led. Also at the middle school level, one assistant principal per grade level, regardless of the enrollment, in order to allow the principal to be the instructional leader and to be able to do what he or she needs to do to get that middle school going. And finally, let's make sure that we don't increase the class size for our teachers, trying to keep it at 20 to 25 so that they can do a good job
10 seconds,
like we've been doing, because our TOC scores were better. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Jill Graves, Insurance.
Good evening, Dr. Escobedo, board members, Superintendent Gonzalez. It has been a while since I've been here, about a year, because I have retired. But I do want to talk about the insurance. There have been concerns from various people. They've kind of notified me. One of them in particular had an operation in Nebraska. She is recovering. and she has been a long-time insurance committee member. And I'd like to relay some information on her behalf, as well as many of the employees in the district. In the past, you guys have really followed a very strict procedure that was in place when Mr. Looney was the consultant. No contact between the providers and board members and staff and administration. All contact had to be with the consultant who did not want to throw away his almost 40 years worth of reputation. I would encourage you to keep that up. Keep it on the up and up. There were some out-of-the-area consultants in the district has previously hired that are now in trouble with the law. We have done better when we've used those from other areas. And now is not the time to go local where everybody is suspect. And I'd like to tag on to what George said about salaries, and I forgot to write that down. You have had in place an incentive for master's degrees for many years. Ray Loki instigated it, started out with $1,500, and then it moved up to $3,000. It was an incentive to have educators go back and get degrees, master's degrees, in their field. It does pay. I don't think the percentage has increased much above 14%. You go throughout the United States and check various school districts, and they have all the statistics up. Many of those people, 50% of their faculty have master's degrees. I would strongly encourage you to increase this, to encourage the people to go back and get degrees in their teaching fields. The other thing was near and dear to myself. The stipend for special ed teachers in general has not increased at all ever since you put it in place. So please keep those things in mind when you go to budget, which is coming up pretty soon. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Alberto Alegría, reassignment of teachers and pay raises.
Good evening, members of the board, Dr. Escobedo, Superintendent Gonzalez, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alberto Alegría, the president of the Association of Brownsville Educators, affiliated with Texas State Teachers Association and the National Education Association. Tonight, we would like to address a concern regarding the reassignment of teachers due to low student population at campuses. Administration must be cautious because by removing teachers from campuses due to low student populations may cause a reverse effect on the successes we've had this year on tax. ADA and FTE, the average daily attendance and the full-time equivalent, are vital statistics to our school district. This data controls money and staff that are allocated to all BISD campuses. Our district follows these procedures and policies to its fullest. We must change this status quo. We, the Association of Brownsville Educators, recommend to administration that the district take a proactive stance and not use numbers as a mean to regulate the student-to-teacher ratio. Instead, we should think out of the box and allocate teachers and staff to the needs of the student population at each individual campus. We must keep teachers, especially at campuses that have made immense gains on tax scores. Campuses like Falk, Bastedo, and Cummings Middle School are an example of campuses with high rate of special populations. By removing teachers from any campus that have made positive strides to master tax test would be a crucial educational disaster for BISD. Next year, the tax I, M, and Alt may encumber the scores of special population with the regular student population. We hope that these changes do not affect test scores if we remove those teachers from campuses of need. The success of our students must be first and foremost, and we must use every resource to achieve this endeavor. Again, thank you and have a great evening.
Thank you. Moving on to item 9, closed meeting as pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 551.074 and .082. We now go to address item A, Level 3 Board Grievance, number 01706-07, and the Interdistrict Transfer Appeal, number 001-07-08. Board now goes to closed session. Board action level 3 grievance number 017-06/07, Richard Lepre. Do I have a motion? Mr. Aguilar?
Move to grant the level 3 grievances as to the timeliness list and remand to level 1 on its merits.
Do I have a second to Mr. Aguilar's motion? Seconded by Mr. Lehman. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed?
Mr. President, please let the record reflect that I did not deliberate and I recuse myself from the closed session.
Thank you, Mr. Powers. Everyone voted in favor except for Mr. Powers abstained. Moving on to item 10, board action on interdistrict transfer appeal number 001-07/08, Christian Alec Rodriguez. The parent's name was called 3 times and no one responded. Therefore, level 2 stands.
Mr. President?
Mrs. Glavan?
Yes, I'd like to move to uphold administration's decision at level 2.
Okay, a motion by Mrs. Galvan. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Aguilar. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you, Mrs. Galvan. Moving on to item 10, consent agenda. I have received a list from my colleagues indicating there's no need for discussion or deliberation of the following agenda items. Actually, they are all under consent agenda except for under 11, closed meeting, A, personnel matters, number 54. Okay. So only number 54 will be discussed. Everything else is under consent agenda, and I don't think there's need to go over one by one. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda? Motion by Mr. Aguilar, seconded by Mr. Lehman. All in favor, raise your right hand. Aye. The motion passes unanimously. Moving on to item 11, closed meeting. As pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 551.071, Ed Sec. Board now goes to closed session.
Mr. President,
Mr. Aguilar?
I just want to make a comment. This is the first time in 3 years that we agree.
This is the first time in many years that everything's been under consent agenda, so I think we should reconvenes after closed session. Moving on to item 54. Recommend approval of the Salary Review Committee's recommendation to adjust salaries and/or reclassify pay grades for 2006-2007 school year. Mr. Gonzalez.
Thank you, Dr. Escobedo, members of the board. My recommendation remains the same, with the exception that I will delete the reclassification of the level 5 administrator for a research assessment and evaluation. It'll hold.
Do I have a motion to approve? Motion by Mr. Lehman to approve the motion as read by Mr. Gonzalez. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Colunga. All in favor, raise your right hand.
I'd like to abstain.
Okay, let the record reflect Mrs. Galvan abstained. Everyone else voted in favor. Thank you.
For the record, Mr. Cortez left at the beginning of the executive session.
Yes, sir, Mr. Thank you. For the record, Mr. Gonzalez left prior to Mr. Cortez left prior to us going to executive session.
And for the record, Mr. Lehman showed up right after
Showed up pretty late.
conference presentations.
Yes, sir. Moving on to B, consultation with attorney, lead internal auditor, item number 55. Do I have a motion?
Mr. President,
Mr. Powers?
under litigation, I move to approve the settlement in the matter of Oscar C., as in cat, with an attorney's fee in the amount of $4,500, as discussed in executive session.
Thank you, Mr. Powers. Do I have a second? Second by Mrs. Galvan. All in favor, raise your right hand.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. Do I have any other motions? No? Okay, then we move on to announcements. Item 12, announcements. Our next budget meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, June the 19th, here at 5:30. We have an insurance committee meeting Wednesday, June the 20th, here at 5:30. Policy is on June the 21st at 5:30. Facilities committee meeting, June the 21st at 6:30 here at the administration building. And our next rescheduled board meeting is Tuesday, June the 26th here at the boardroom at 5:30. That has been approved. Anything else, Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes, just a couple of announcements for the record. Friday, June 15, 2007, we will advertise in the Brownsville Herald notice of public meeting to discuss budget and proposed tax rate for the 2007-2008 school year as required by law. Also, the rescheduled regular board meeting scheduled for June 26 will include the adoption of the budget for the 2007-2008 school year. That's for the record.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. Anything else? If not, we move on to item 13, adjournment. Do I have a motion to adjourn? Motion by Mrs. Galvan, second by Mr. Parrish. All in favor, raise your right hand. This movement is adjourned.